They make an expedition, they really mean it. Two French explorers are going to travel to Patagonia in October this year for an examination of the local nature, and they want to find a shipwreck. And to finance this trip, they have a collaboration with ZRC Watches, a revived Swiss watch brand with a history around super tough dive watches. So let's go over the specifications of the ZRC South Adventure. Case diameter is 41.5 millimeters, length not stated, but on images you see 51. Lug width is 24 millimeters. We have a non-magnetic monoblock case, a screw-down crown, and a 4 millimeters thick sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. The watch is powered by the Sellita SW201 Elaboré and is waterproof up to, yes, 1000 meters. It comes on a NATO strap and is surrounded by other items, more of that later, and ZRC plans to produce 360 watches. Price for one piece is 3,490 euros or 3,770 US dollars. So what kind of shipwreck do they want to find there? In 1840, the young Lieutenant Alfred de Lepine was rushed to the shores of Patagonia where, following a terrible storm and a night of fog without a moon, he will be shipwrecked with the La Delphine. The crew will remain prisoners of a desert island for almost 8 months. Isn't that something? When I first read this, I felt like somebody in the 19th century on his way to an assembly of a royal society. One of these societies that forged together science and adventure. Because every time has its armchair explorers. Back then they invested instead making the trip themselves, and that's exactly what we see here. A watch buyer can be part of this modern expedition by investing in a watch, which is pretty unique. ZRC watches have a standout look, dictated by function, but with its own aesthetics. The dial here is more of a gimmick, with that color gradient, the texture, and of course the silhouette of a sailing ship. But all the other things are just tough. The crown was placed out of the way, so no risk of damaging it. Then you have a ceramic bezel inlay, a 4 mm sapphire crystal, anti-magnetic case, strong attachment of the NATO strap, brushed finish, and of course the insane water tightness of 1000 meters. And to be honest, I don't find the color 100% convincing, and I don't like the little ship there. But I can spot an enormous amount of knowledge and creativity here. The watch comes in a nice wooden box, varnished, polished, with an interesting brass label. The package also includes a compass, a keychain, a book, an extra strap plus tool, notebook, expedition hat, and a good looking scarf, so that we don't forget. We want the shipwreck, but we also want to look good. And our critics might say, well, that's all marketing. They play on our enthusiasm for good stories. And I think that's true. But they go not only the extra mile for that, they go to bloody Patagonia, which is one of the most unpleasant areas on the planet. The price for the ensemble is somewhat brutal though, but I see the equivalent. Every detail here is the opposite of cheap, the opposite of easy to have. But certainly it is an expensive toy, like the share of a company that lifts treasure ships. You place that share under glass in your office and then you have a nice story to tell, and something in you hopes, of course, with all strength that they will find the damn ship. So I'm personally happy that I came across this watch, which you can pre-order right now when you want to be part of that story. And that said, let me close this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.